In today's video, we're taking a look at how to replace a kitchen faucet aerator easy and simple. This is so easy, anyone could do everything that we use on the video. We're going to leave a link on the description. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. That does help us out a lot. Thank you. So you woke up today and turned on your kitchen faucet and you notice it's not spraying like it used to. It seems it fought a 5-round championship fight, it lost, and the coach said, get back in there and do it again. Don't worry, here at the StatUpBox team, we've got your back. Outside of the ring, a few blocks away, but a back is a back. And the first thing that you want to do is locate your home. Once you located your home, we want to make sure that you have a kitchen faucet. If you don't, we salute you. Now that we got the important things out the way, we want to make sure that the faucet handle is off, because the last thing you want on a clear sunny day is pain, aka indoor pool. And no matter if you have a pull down sprayer head or a regular kitchen faucet, the technique will be the same. The first one we're going to take a look at is the pull down sprayer head type, like this one. In our particular case, we like to remove the faucet head to work on it. In your particular case, you don't need to remove it. If you pull down the head, you're going to notice that most modern spray wands have a hidden aerator inside the spray face. And in some cases, you can hold the spray head firmly, look for a seam behind the spray nozzle plate, and by turning the nozzle plate counterclockwise by hand, the plate should come off. But in many faucets, you might need an aerator removal key to remove. If you notice on the sprayer itself, there's some notches where the key is going to fit in. These faucet aerator key removal wrench tools come in different sizes, so comparing them to your particular faucet is the way to go. And once you find the correct size, we go ahead and use that one. And what you do is use the ancient technique of lefty loosey, righty tighty. So a pro tip, getting a multiple set one is the way to go. In this particular one, we have 4 keys, because the last thing you want is to buy one individual one and then when it's time for the job, it's a no-go. We'll leave links for everything used on the video on the description. Once you remove the faceplate, you're going to notice the aerator inside. If you have a non-pull down sprayer head and it's just a regular kitchen faucet without a sprayer, the technique will be a lot easier. If you have a regular style faucet, and usually you can twist off the aerator with your hands, and we know you can because you're strong. Always remember the ancient technique passed down generation to generation of lefty loosey, righty tighty. But let's say because you just woke up and you haven't had your coffee, so your strength is not 100%. We can always use some pliers, but let's say once again you don't want to go from a small job to a big job. You can always get pliers with rubber soft jaw covers, or you can even get these for a few bucks and you can adapt them to mostly any type of pliers. We'll leave links on the description. And just like before, it would be the same technique. Once you break it loose, you should be able to twist it off with your bare hands. And remember, you can always use the same technique with a rag or a towel or your loved one's t-shirt. Just remember not to bite as hard to create an indentation or a mark on the aerator. And always remember to use both arms for an even pump. And now that you have access to the dragon's mouth, to the faucet's mouth, we can go ahead and clean it, because you don't want to install the aerator again and get it clogged once again. Once we have access to the aerator, we have 2 options. We can replace it with a new one or go ahead and clean it. And if we're going to go ahead and clean it, the first thing that we want to do is we want to disassemble our victim, our aerator. If you notice at the top, we have a mesh style filter, which you can usually pop off with your fingernail. You can always use a toothpick, a knife, or any utensil at your convenience. Next, we have the mixer or valve cap, which you can also use the same technique to remove. And lastly, we have the screen or flow director. And this part, usually with the removal of the other 2 victims, parts, usually easily comes off. If it doesn't, we can use the same technique as before, and using your small tool, you would just find an opening and push it out, or from the top and pop it out. Whichever technique you use to get to the end of the race is up to you. You are the king, queen, both or none of your castle. Just don't let your significant other know, or any family member or friend on the household. You don't want to lose the kingdom them the same day that you gained it. And as you can see now, we have 4 parts. We can take these parts to the sink and clean them. And as you can see, because of the small holes where the water goes through, you can get gunk, grime, mineral buildup, and this can usually happen with time or even from one day to the other when the companies are working on the water line. And now you've done it. You broke the faucet, lowered your home's value, but we know, Grasshopper, you don't give up. We're basically going to reverse engineer our way to glory. And the easiest way to remember how to put it back is just going from big to small. We start with our bigger part first, then our middle size, and then our smaller size. And just by pressing them, they will pop in place. But let's say you tried both techniques and you're still getting the same issue, or you don't want to disassemble the aerator. The easiest solution is just buying a replacement part. And you can get these kits with 4, 10, 20 replacement parts, which they also come with rubber washer. We'll leave links on the description. And now that we have our aerator cleaned or replaced, what we want to clean next is the head and the faceplate. And for this, what we like to use is tiny brushes or picks to clean each individual hole on the faceplate. This is the part of the video where patience is key. We'll leave links on the description. And remember, you can always use anything that you have at your disposal. You can also take these parts to the faucet, spray them down with water, and you should be good to go. If not, just leave it dirty, place it back, and say you did it. And now with the magic of TV, cell phone, tablet, or your neighbor's TV from the window, it's clean. And now you lowered your house value. You broke the faucet. No, you didn't. Yes, you did. No, you didn't. You got this. We believe in you, Grasshopper. And now we're going to reverse engineer our way to glory. We're going to take our faceplate, flip it around, insert our aerator like last night. Then we're going to place our rubber O-ring, and now we're going to take these assembled parts to the faucet head. We like starting by hand and then finishing off with the key. Always remember the ancient technique passed down generation to generation of lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. And remember, once you feel it tight, that should be good enough. Everything being plastic lately, you know where this goes. And if in your case, you remove the faucet head, we want to go ahead and replace that back. Remember, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And once you feel it tight, that should be good enough. Once installed, you can go ahead and turn on the faucet and verify for any leaks. If you notice any leaks, you might have to tighten a little bit more to get it done. And now you've done it. You can pat yourself on the back for a job well done. You become a sprayer master, black belt, and aerators of your block. Don't forget, if you like the video, please give us a thumbs up. That really helps. If you have any questions, place them in the comment section below. Either someone on the StatUpBox team or someone on the YouTube community can help you out with an answer. Don't forget to subscribe, follow us on social media. Thank you for watching, and here's a link to our latest video.